Today marks 109 days unemployed. Let's talk about it. So before we get into it, I just want to say this is a challenging topic to discuss online. Please respect me, please be nice. But I also want to just acknowledge quickly the very lucky position that I'm in right now. I got a decent severance. I am able to collect employment insurance, which is an amazing thing here in Canada, and I have lots of savings to fall back on. I know there will be probably comments about my financial situation, as there was lots last time, which were oh so inappropriate. Moving on from that, hello, my name is Tessa. If you're new here, please subscribe. If you subscribe, you will see lots of unemployment content, vlogs, productivity, health and wellness, pretty much anything that revolves around being a 20-something girly. Today we're just gonna have a bit of a heart-to-heart little convo about how I am doing, how I have been doing, and just what all of this crazy whirlwind of the past 3 months have looked like, the roller coaster that it has been, and where I am now. So that being said, and it's scary to say this, but I feel the most myself and the happiest that I have in years, in my entire adult life that I can recall. I have the time to work on myself in the ways that I felt like I couldn't before, that I didn't have the time to before. I'm going to lots of workout classes, taking this channel hopefully to new levels, and posting content that I love, creating productivity tools that will hopefully be listed very, very shortly. And I, at the end of the day, just really feel like I'm on the right path, and it's scary to say that out loud given the circumstances. This is the most uncertainty I think I've ever had in my life. Yes, COVID was a period of uncertainty, but this is just a whole different thing. This is, in my mind, what used to be my entire worth, what used to make up 40 hours plus of my week, where I found a lot of my community, where I found lots of friends, and now it's just me. But I honestly truly think that losing my job when I did is the best thing that could have happened to me in 2023. I think what's been really good about it is that it's just given me so much space, because for as long as I can remember, everything was laid out for me. I went to kindergarten, then I went to grade 1, and then eventually I went to grade 12, and then from there I did my 4 years at university, and then I got a job, and then I got a new job, and then I got promoted, and then a few months later I lost it all. It felt in that moment that everything that I had worked so hard for just came crumbling down, and I found myself unemployed with no clear next step. And yes, the next step could be to hunker down and search for a similar job, but the reality was I hated my job. I woke up stressed every single day, and it wasn't a stress of, oh my gosh, this project has to get done, how am I gonna finish it, how am I gonna balance all of this stuff. It wasn't that at all. It was stress of, how am I gonna do this another day, because I hated it that much. It made me that miserable to the point where every day when I woke up, and I had the realization that I still had to do that job, it kind of crushed my soul. Not to be dramatic, of course. If you saw my initial layoff video, I think you would already have a sense of how much I didn't like the position that I was in, and you would have seen a video of me crying somewhat hysterically about a month before I lost my job, just saying how lost and confused I was. I know what I need to do, I just don't have the courage to do it. And when I watched that back for the first time, I sat there and cried with myself, which is really, really weird, but it was honestly just so heartbreaking to see the state that I had been in that moment, to see what I was going through, to see how much pain that girl was going through. She couldn't bring herself to do the things that she loved. She couldn't bring herself to see the people that she loved. And she was just so lost that getting laid off is actually what set her free. Now, obviously, I'm not going to pretend that everything is perfect. There's lots of downsides, clearly, to being unemployed. And I honestly think that one of the things that I'm really struggling with is the perception of it and the guilt that comes along with being happy in unemployment. I worked so hard to get through university, to get that job, to get that second job, to get promoted. And I now realize that I wasn't really happy to do any of that. I did it because I felt like that's what I was supposed to be doing and what I had to be doing. When in reality, I think I knew deep down in that moment that it wasn't the right fulfilling fit for me but I just did it anyways. And until I get desperate, I'm not willing to put myself back in that position. There's also a lot of shame that comes with being unemployed. There's just such a negative connotation when you tell someone, oh yeah, I'm between jobs, or I'm unemployed, or I got laid off, or I lost my job. And then the pity from that almost turns to like jealousy and confusion to when you say that you're happy and you're not actually sure where or when or what your next role will be or what it will look like. And it's honestly just kind of hard to navigate that as the person having that conversation. There's also some challenge within the relationships of the people that are really, really close to me, because our paths that were once so similar, virtually linear along the same line, are diverting in a way that they never have before. My boyfriend got recruited right after I lost my job. One of my best friends got a promotion. Another best friend went from a contractor to a full-time employee. And it's really hard not to feel like you're falling behind, not to feel like you're doing something wrong, when in reality I know that this is the happiest that I've been. And what other people are doing doesn't matter. Like, I just need to keep telling myself that if I'm happy and I'm still living sustainably for what I have saved, for what is working for me, that's really all that matters at this point in time, honestly. So my unemployment timeline has been very much an uphill battle. Not really a battle, just uphill. The first, I want to say like 6 weeks, I was pretty numb. I was hurt that the company pushed me out in the way that they did. I was hurt when certain people I worked with never followed up with me, never reached out to me. And even though I felt so much more free, I was even more lost and confused than I had been prior, because now I actually had to face the questions. I actually had to do the reflecting on, what do I want? Where am I gonna go? How is this life actually gonna play out? Versus before, I was just kind of living with those questions and I didn't have to answer them. And then all of a sudden I did. Then around week 6, I kind of pulled the pressure off and just told myself, live your life. You're not gonna have opportunities like this to just rest and reflect and think about all the things that you want for your life very frequently in your lifetime. So week 6 is about when everything started to really go uphill for me, when I realized that I have all of this time to myself that can be used however I needed it to be. And that was when I started getting back into the gym, getting back into Notion. And honestly, that was when I started feeling more generally like myself again. And it's kind of weird to say this, but I think since then, I have spent more time smiling, more time feeling content with my soul than I had in the previous like 18 months at least. It's honestly been pretty uphill ever since. Yes, I have my down days where I just question everything and I'm like, what the hell am I doing with my life? But those mental battles, the frequency at which I have those mental struggles, so much less than in my final months of work. And it's just so worth it to take this break, take this time for myself. I'm so happy that I didn't rush in to just take any other sales job because I felt like I had to. All that to say, and I don't think this will come as a surprise to you, but I still don't really know what's next for me. I've done several interviews, but nothing has really resonated with me yet. And honestly, I want something to resonate with me. I don't want to just climb a ladder just for the sake of climbing it. I want to work in something that I'm passionate about, that I see a future in, that I think is meaningful to the world, not just to someone's bottom line. There's one company that has stuck out to me in this entire journey, and that is my dad and uncle's startup. So I'm actually going to be ramping up some consulting with them, building out their entire sales function, like their SMB function. No, that's not really where I want my career to go long term, but the fulfillment that I get from helping my family live out a dream of building a tech product from the ground up is just so amazing. I get to support my dad through something that he's been working so hard on for the past few years, when he's been working his entire, or my entire life to support me. Is just, it feels so good. And then the context of their organization is very mental health focused, so being able to not only support my family and their dreams, but also help people in the community around me live healthier, happier lives with their mental health, their well-being. It means a lot more than selling ads. And that's where we are on day 109. I know this was a short, cozy chatty little video, but I honestly just wanted to check in, let you guys know how I'm doing. And I also just wanted to say thank you to anyone that subscribed from that layoff video, to anyone that left a comment down below, the nice ones of course, not the weird creepy ones. Thank you so much. You not only helped me see that this is not a me issue, that this is something way larger and more wide scale within different economies, you also helped other people that were reading that comment, and I think that's obviously something incredible to call out. And yes, just thank you. Thank you for your support. Thank you for supporting others. And I'll see you guys next time. If you're going through this, you are not the first person to get laid off, and you are certainly not the last. We can do it. We will come out stronger and better on the other side, and I cannot wait to see what the future holds for us. So on that note, I love you guys, and I will see you next time. Don't forget to stick around for vlogs and other fun productivity content. That was a bit more of my personality, not the serious chatty vlogs. I mean chatty video. Anyways, I'm gonna go. Bye guys.